Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe and you will catch me live. So, Sag, let's see what we have going on for you. Right away, it looks like a really good week, so I like to see that. Things seem to be improving for you, Sagittarius. Again, as I always say, probably not perfect, but definitely some improvements here. I would let go of the what ifs as well in this middle row. You have the happiness card. It says things could be going very well for you. You could be feeling very happy. But then you have that moon card, which is like focusing on things that you don't need to focus on. Like, focusing on the what ifs. Like, what if this happens? What if that happens? So it's kind of like, I feel like this reading, just to give you a quick overview, I feel like there's a lot of stuff here that could be saying, don't question good things that come to you. Just, try to magnify the vibration. Try to focus on the good thing and focus on what's good is what I'd say to you here. But you start off with the koi fish spirit. This card says there is always enough. I mean, same thing, this to me is a card of vibes and, focusing on the abundance of opportunities that we have and the abundance of things that we have available to us. So I feel like this is saying focus on abundance here. For some of you, I do feel like this could be talking about love for some reason in this middle row. I wouldn't really call this a love reading. But, you do have some heartbreak stuff going on here. So it's like maybe you are going through a heartbreak in the past. Again, we're going to clarify at the end, by the way, with the Lenormand here, so we'll get more detail in just a minute here, Sagittarius. But you have the Nine of Cups here, the Three of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is like, I feel like at one point you were fulfilled in a situation, but I feel like there has been a heartbreak here with this Three of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, I feel like, is you trying to make progress, so it feels like a very specific story to me here. I feel like there's someone coming in for you, who is really going to go the distance for you. So I feel like you're going to be seeing someone from the past as being very lazy. That's what's popping into my head, Sagittarius, so I have to say it. So I feel like some of you could be doing that. For others, I feel like if you're not dealing with a love situation like that, I feel like you're just hoping for more progress in your life with this Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles comes up a lot. We just had the eclipse. We have all these retrogrades. I feel like we want things to happen for us. And I feel like we could be feeling a lot of pressure. Eclipses are kind of like going through a birthing process. And it's like we want things to happen, but maybe they're not, right? And it could be anything. So we could have like, a little bit of restless energy. And that's kind of what I'm picking up here for you, Sagittarius. Just like a little bit of feeling restless, or just wishing that something would crack, basically, in a good way. But you do have the Nine of Cups, so some sort of wish. In your middle row here, you have the happiness card. I really feel like you need to focus on things that make you feel happy this week. With the happiness card, you have the Moon, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Again, we're going to clarify this at the end, so don't jump to conclusions just yet here, Sagittarius. It might be positive, but really I feel like that Moon is saying that you need to get out of your head. The Moon can represent illusions, fantasies, and mysteries in love, and it can also just represent illusions and fantasies in life in general. So you could be feeling like there's just like a lack of detail in your life with this Moon card, or you could be feeling like you just don't know what actions to take in a certain area of your life. The Five of Pentacles is like, I feel the fear of being left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles literally says, do not draw your attention to something, because Five of Pentacles, normally the guy on the Five of Pentacles, he has a bell around his neck, and he represents a leper. And back in the day, lepers used to have to wear bells around their neck so people knew when they were coming. And this card says, do not draw attention to the negative. Literally, that's what this card means. So I feel like for some of you, it's like saying, do not draw attention. Do not draw your attention to things that are negative, or do not draw your attention to things that you feel like are not good for you. I feel like, again, I've been saying it for weeks, right? Neptune and Pisces. On the 23rd, Neptune went retrograde in Pisces as well. So if you're watching this the week of the 29th, again, Neptune has already gone retrograde. I don't care what Neptune is doing in Pisces. It is like manifestation on steroids. To me, part of me feels like when it's retrograde, it's probably worse because it's like we are going to get exactly what we focus on, right? So I feel like we need to kind of like make sure we're keeping it positive, make sure we're focusing on only exactly what we want in our lives, nothing else. Again, Five of Pentacles says, draw your focus away. The Six of Wands, card of success. So I feel like you will be successful here. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Six of Wands to me is a difficult card, by the way. Six of Wands is a very good card. It's a card of success and victories, but it can also represent burdens as well. I think that's something people forget about the Six of Wands. You know, these people have been to war on this card here, and they are kind of like coming back from war. So yeah, they're being celebrated. Yes, they're receiving congratulations or whatever you want to call it, but at the same time they could be also feeling sad, or they could be carrying burdens from war. At the end here, you have the go the distance card. I actually feel really good about this for you, Sagittarius. I feel like this could be a person who's willing to go the distance for you in a lot of ways, so, but in a healthy way. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you could be in the future experiencing love with a person who just makes someone from the past look lazy. Again, that was the word that was popping into my head over here. So I feel like some of you could just have someone coming into your life who makes you feel lazy, or who makes makes the past person look lazy. So it's like someone who's willing to do the work. In this row, you have the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, this is definitely saying you have not tried everything yet. I feel like you're only at 70% here. One of my favorite speakers of all time, David Goggins, he always says, like, when we think we're at like 100%, we're probably really only at like 70%. We got like 30% left in the tank. So, you know, I feel like in a lot of ways, this row is saying that you are so close to a finish line that you just have to keep pushing and you can't give up. So I feel like you have, like, you know, it's like you still have 30%. So even if you're feeling exhausted, even if you're feeling tired, I feel like you still have it in you to go the distance, to reach this finish line. I mean, look, this is a finish line on this card right here. So I feel like some of you need to keep pushing here. The Knight of Wands says be open to spontaneous opportunity. So again, I would just be open to spontaneous opportunity. To me, it's a card of joy. And to me, it's a card of moving towards desire as well. So this could be you, and it could say that if there is something you desire to do in your life, then I would do it. In this middle row here, Sagittarius, you have the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. So I would be careful of any in-out type of energy here as well, Sagittarius. If you've been dealing with a person or people who have been in and out of your life, I would be careful of that, because this is like a continuation. That to me is like the perfect storm for, just continued cycles. So I would just be careful of that. That's like the only warning I have for you here, is repeating a cycle with a person. Especially someone who's like in and out of your life, especially someone who could be lazy, like I said earlier in the reading. But let's clarify this and let's see what we have for you, Sagittarius. Between the Nine of Cups here and the Moon, you have the Eight of Diamonds. This card is called the Key, and it just says you hold the keys necessary. Excuse me. You hold the keys necessary to be successful at this time. So this card definitely says that you just need to pay attention to the details. It's a very good card because it's a card of like success on the horizon. Not only that, this says with the Moon there that you could be making dreams come true. The Moon to me says, the Moon is a card of illusions and fantasies, but we can also make the Moon a reality. You know, the Moon, there are usually two pillars on the Moon card. These pillars just represent warnings. They represent things that we need to look out for on our journey. The Moon represents the Fool's journey. You know, it's like the Fool has gotten to the Moon card. There are usually two dogs, or a dog and a coyote, on the Moon card, and they are like the first warning for the Fool that he's about to go step down a path where there could be illusions, or there could be certain fantasies that pop up. So it's a kind of card that says, do not allow fears and illusions to control you. Do not allow things that are false to get you off your path. It's like you're going to have to go through the Moon. You're going to have to go through a period of time, but it's only a period of time as well. Next, between the Three of Swords here and the Five of Pentacles, you have the Bear card. The Bear is a good card, but it's also a card of burdens. It's kind of like the Ten of Wands in the Tarot. This card is the Ten of Clubs in the playing card reading system. So, a very similar card. It can represent an overburden, like an overbearing energy, someone who's putting too much pressure on you. It can also represent like a person or people who put a lot of pressure on you in general. Maybe you're dealing with problems with family, or maybe you're dealing with problems with a person in love. The Bear can represent someone who just causes more problems. So again, be careful of that. Between the Seven of Pentacles here and the Six of Wands, love it. You have the Book. The Book is an amazing card. This is the 10 of diamonds in the playing card reading system, and this card represents success and abundance. It is also a card of mysteries. What I find really interesting is, again, you have the moon, you have the 8 of pentacles, the 8 of diamonds, which says pay attention to the details, and you have this 10 of diamonds. The 10 of diamonds says there is hidden information. There are things that you could learn that would make you very successful, but you have to find those things. So it's like you have to learn something to be successful with that card. Between the moon here and the 9 of wands, you have the tower. The tower is not like the tower in the tarot. You know, it can represent like feeling isolated. It can represent feeling alone in a lot of ways, but it is a card of authority, and it is kind of like a card of taking authority in your life. And that's kind of what I feel for you. It's also kind of like a card of guidance. It's kind of like a card of like this tower on this card, if like it shows up here, it's kind of like standing out above the clouds. It can say that there is something guiding you. It's almost like a beacon in the night. You have the between the 5 of pentacles and 9 of wands, you have the ring. What did I say? The ring is the ace of clubs in the playing card reading system. The ring says do not repeat cycles, right? This is actually my favorite card in the Lenormand card reading system, the ring. It's a very good card. It can represent marriage. It can represent engagement. It can represent pretty much everything. But it also represents infinity. You can see here at the top, if it's going to show up, there is an infinity symbol right at the top. And it just says, you know, it can represent repeating cycles. And it also says you are going to get exactly what you feed. So I would be very focused on, you know, only feeding positive things this week, like I said. Between the 6 of wands here and the 2 of pentacles, you have the rider. The rider is the 9 of hearts in the playing card reading system. It represents like actually good news coming in, a lot of luck, and good things coming in for you. So again, actually a pretty positive card for you, Sagittarius, and I do like to see that rider card for you for sure. And it could represent a message, could represent love coming in for you. So to clarify this top row here, you have the 7 of spades. This is called the letter. The letter can represent communication or news here. It can also kind of represent trusting your inner guidance. So, and that's not 100% accurate, but I feel like you need to kind of like trust your inner guidance there. In this middle row, love it, you have the king of diamonds. This is called the fish. This represents a soulmate. So I definitely feel like there is a soulmate coming in for you. Could be an earth sign coming in for you as well here, Sagittarius. Could also be a Pisces as well. You have the koi fish spirit and the moon. You know, could be a Pisces coming in for some of you. I don't think that's true for all of you, of course, but for some of you. But that king of diamonds just represents a soulmate. If you're not looking for love, that could just be a harvest that you will be having. Again, this ace of clubs, I love, even though it's saying don't repeat this cycle, like I said, to me it is a very good card because it is a card of like abundance and success. In your bottom row here, love it, you have the 7 of diamonds. This is called the birds. The birds represents communication. In this whole last row here, it's kind of like just saying, if you can get through this period of time right here, in the future, you will have communication with a soulmate, plain and simple. So if you're like waiting for a soulmate, I feel like there could be someone coming in for you here, as long as you don't repeat this cycle, is what I'd say to you. For others, this is just like good news about money. The 2 7s could represent fears. Again, the moon card, right? So 2 7s to me is internal fears that don't exist. And the king of diamonds is like wondering whether or not you're going to have a harvest. And so it could be really good for money as well. But in the 10 of diamonds as well, the book, really good for money. So this looks good. So thank you for watching, Sagittarius, and definitely enjoy your week.